But when Photon disrespected me, Nikki all up in his chat, slobbering all over him. And I think that that's really, it is what it is. Just because you've been loyal to somebody, it's not always smart to expect them to be loyal to you. And, when I confronted Nikki about it, she told me that she had to go support Photon because he had complimented her hair, her edges, when people was talking about it. That's what she told me. But if I feel like if I was married, I wouldn't be so, thirsty or whatever. But it is what it is. She can do what she want to do. I'm gonna just distance myself from that. But yeah, I think it's real weird how she over there all up under Photon. But I guess anybody can do anything to me as long as they give her a compliment, because some people just desperately need a compliment. So it's whatever. So people could just stop calling my phone, right? If I ain't called you in the past week, don't call me no more. Like I said, Nikki over there kicking it with Photon because he gave her a compliment. It's just wild to me that Photon could degrade and disrespect me the way he did on his show with Stargate. And the very next day, Nikki all in his chats. But I guess I'm not as thirsty as compliments as some married women. So it is what it is. It is what it is. They can have them. So word on the street is a nigga could disrespect me to any level, and Nikki will still be there as long as you give her a compliment. As long as you give her a compliment, she gonna be there. And it's, I could say more about just the thirstiness, the trying to manipulate me into doing trig show, like it is, people are wild sometimes. They just wild. They wild. So Billy, I never should have spoke to Photon again. But I'm just, the level of disrespect he showed me, like, again, it's more than once. This man, he can't be upset with me and talk to me like a man. He got to go spill his heart out to the sector and get all emotional on his fucking once a day 10-hour lives. That's on me. Never should have spoke to him. I take responsibility for that. I never should have spoke to him again. I never should have believed anything he said. But I was still curious about him, And, it's my loyalty is my weakness sometimes. It's not even that big a deal because, again, when I'm being loyal to people, I always know that it's a possibility it's only going to go one way. And when I see it only goes one way, then I could just readjust. So it's nothing I ever did for anybody I didn't want to do. But for me to have taken on as many of this woman's beasts as I have, because I didn't like seeing everybody turn against her, and for her to know how I felt about that Photon thing, and for her to be over there, hey, she's just the most active bitch in his chat. She can't support this nigga enough. She want to say hello to everybody over there. She gonna make sure the chat moves if it's only her doing the typing. And, it's not just that I supported her in all of her little beefs, right? That mostly come from her being thirsty all the time. I have loaned this woman money. Like, I have been so supportive of her. I'm the one that's sitting home from work and I'm loaning her money. The loyalty was one way. So the betrayal of it, like, you couldn't even let the Photon thing cool off for a week before you took your thirsty ass over there. So a man could disrespect me like that, and as long as he give you any compliment, and it's fine. People are free to do what they want to do.
So it's funny because it was my intention to come on here and apologize to Nikki for, like, venting my frustration about her to the public yesterday. And I spoke to her and I apologized, right? Not that I did anything wrong, but it's just I ain't have to say as much as I said, right? Although I was frustrated and I felt betrayed. But when I was talking to her, one of the things she said to me, I didn't ask her. One of the things she said to me was that Shakim had did a show saying all these terrible things about her. And like she was feeling sorry for herself. And I was feeling sorry for her, right? I felt bad and guilty for contributing to him dragging her. I never needed anything from her. Unlike Shakim, I ain't never been nowhere penniless and stranded and needed her help. So we're not the same. Just when I was sitting there feeling bad for her because Shakim dragged her and she sounded all sad about it, I had to sit back and think, like, wait a minute, she didn't give a fuck about Photon dragging me. Like, I told her that he had hurt my feelings and how I felt. And the very next day, she was in his chat being super friendly. And last I checked, she don't even like him. What do your actions show? I put a lot more into this friendship than I've gotten out of it. Like a lot more. I feel like I have been so supportive of this person. And me telling her that, and again, let me be clear, I'm not anti-Afro. I don't expect people to boycott Photon. I ain't even expect her to do that. If people try to play me and Nikki off each other, they've always done that. Photon is gonna play me and Nikki off each other. She was in his chat. He's all like, "Yeah, she's beautiful. She's this. She's that." Why? It's not even nothing to ask why. I could just see with my own eyes that I've been loyal to you, but you're not loyal to me. And like, even after I told her, I felt a way. Like, you can't let a week go by. Can you let these things cool down? Like, it's a bad look for somebody to be bigging you up and insult me at the same time, and you lapping it up like that. Like, that make both of us look goofy. Like, what are you doing? How could you? But see, it's nothing. It's she could feel how she want to feel. If she don't care about that man dragging me and talking about me the way he did with Stargate, and she on his page the next day kikiing with him, you know, all I could do is open my eyes, see what's going on, and distance myself. I don't want nothing to do with that no more. My recon team has generously been watching the shows of people I don't like for me because unlike AAS, I'm not trying to go insane. I don't sit around watching people to hate why I don't do that. The thing is, they've been trying to do divide and conquer on Nikki, but they mostly targeted me, and I stayed so loyal to her. And like I said, for even when I talked to her yesterday, I'm like, I'm sorry, I said a lot. Like I meant what I said, you know what I'm saying? But I really probably shouldn't have been talking about you while I was angry because like your enemies are gonna use it as ammunition against you. But again, when I sat there and listened to her complaining to me that Shakim talked about her like a dog, did Shakim talk about her as bad as Photon talked about me? Like, why should I care about you getting your feelings hurt by one of your ops when you don't care about mine? I can't get past, and I don't want to get past her sitting there taking compliments off a man who was just degraded and disrespecting me the day before. I can't even tell you how that makes me feel. So, and like I said, I just see it so much worse. It's plenty of other people I'm cool with that were in Photon chat, and I don't have no problem with that. Because like if these fraudsters over there, nobody's about to try to play fraud off of me. For her to be behaving that way, it's not. She's welcome to be whatever type of person she wants. She's welcome to go wherever she wants. I just don't want to be associated. What happened is I voluntarily chose. So it's nobody's fault but my own. Like I said, I'm telling you, I don't feel like that was loyal. I think that she would be loyal to me if it doesn't cost her anything. But I think that it's like super important to her to get support from people in the sector. Why, I don't know. I don't understand how she could kiki up under a man after he talked about me like that. I don't. And the thing is, by me telling her it was bothering me and she still kept doing it, I felt betrayed by that. And I don't want nothing to do with her. Apparently she cool with being used against me. It just, I have to speak on it. Like I said, for her to know how I feel about it, and he's sitting there purposely bigging her up and like comparing her to me. And she just sucking it up like spaghetti. I can't, like, what, I don't want nothing to do with that. I don't want nothing to do with that no more. And quite frankly, like I said, I put a lot into that friendship. I stuck up for her a lot, more than she ever stuck up for me. I've been there for her. And
you can't even wait a week. You can't even wait a week after he disrespected me. You can't even let it die down to where it's not gonna be directly, I don't fuck with Carrie, but Nikki the pretty one and she the smart one anyway. Like, you gonna sit there and suck that up? Like, that's not, to me, that's not something to be made up over. Like, that's just, you could just go on and go get your compliments in. All I wanted her to do was not fucking dine with my enemies and accept compliments from people who are aiming at to try to make me feel away. So hopefully me severing ties with her, have to be constantly sticking up for her anymore. She don't have to bring up the time she stuck up for me that one time 2 years ago. With Al, somebody she didn't even like anyway, who never gave her a compliment. Like, anything else I've done for her or did with her, like, or that she did for me, I just don't, it's not even worth it. I don't want nothing to do with it. Even when I'm not cool with these people no more, I'm still not as disloyal as they are. It's just some of her bad qualities have become an issue for me. I just don't want to be friends with somebody that's going to keep kicking it with my ops in a way where they being used against me. And I don't want a friend who wouldn't mind being used that way. So do I still want to be friends with her? No. I'm not anti-Afro. I'm not about to try to start fucking up her career and all this other weird shit. I just don't want to do with her no more. I just want my distance and my space.